Yes, 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 people. We are here again with another fire show as far as me see it, you know what I mean? We have had some dope creative on the show so far, and we hope to continue that trend, you know what I mean? So, welcome to another episode of Creative Always Be. This episode is called Creative Always Be DPing, or Director of Photography. Darren Scott is known as one of the go-to DP in Jamaica. He has worked on many commercials for Lab Jamaica, and on many J-Will music videos, just to name a few. We are glad to talk to him to get some insight in being a DP locally and find out what led him to this passion. Let's check out his showreel. Yo, the man was the man behind Skanking Sweet. Chronics. Yo, even that dope commercial from KFC. One of them go all the way out of Maiden Keys. Another dope commercial. Grace, you know what I mean? Good food them. I swear.
I'm here.
Hear me, I say, no, man?
Yeah, man, I'm there.
I swear.
I'm here.
Hear me, I say, no? I say, no, man?
Yeah, man, I'm there.
Without further ado, basically I bring in the man, Mr. Darren Scott. What go on, brother? Yes, no, man.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah. Without further ado. Yeah, turn on that on your side. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Turn it
Like,
on.
yeah. The man
All right,
himself,
boom.
Darren Scott, one of the dope DP in Jamaica right now. I put out some dope content. I do some dope camera movements as far as we see it. Before we get started, I want you to explain to a man who don't understand what a DP is and a production, like what a DP is, and then after you explain to a man what a DP is, who is a DP, so to speak, and a production, you basically tell me about your how did you start, like what led Darren Scott to this director of photography, so to speak. We want a journey to kind of get a sense of how did you end up as this director of photography. You get me?
All right, cool. You can hear me properly?
Yeah, man, I hear loud
Yeah.
and clear.
So, director of photography is the head of the lighting and camera department, and he or she works closely with the director and the producer and the AD. That's the assistant director. To basically craft the look and feel of the film or music video or whatever you're working on. They work also closely with production design. Um, yeah, that's basically it. So I have a crew that works, with me. That's my camera crew and my lighting department.
Okay, so tell me basically now how you got started as a well, I don't know how you started. I don't know if you started out as a DP or if you started out as a photographer. I know it's in the creative industry. We sometimes we start one place and we end up somewhere else. You know what I mean? So I want to
Yeah.
understand like what the genesis. How did you basically get started as a creative, and you know what I mean? How did you end up as basically a director of photography?
So I was going to university for hospitality and hospitality management. That's like hotel management and everything there. And I didn't like it.
Hold on. You say that hotel management thing that you did. Firstly, you're like, yo, I don't need this.
And my third year, so you're well into it. I'm well into it. It's not like, first year or something. Third year, um, I was sitting in one of my classes and it was mostly housekeeping class. And they was showing us how to properly spread a bed. and then, so that was like my wake up moment. I was just like, listen, this is not for me. I mean, I already didn't like it, but And I was just doing something because I wanted to go to college, like just to do something, whatever. So yeah, I got up and I walked out of that class, and I never go back.
One of them vibes. You know them vibes there, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you look
I
at it
never
and
go
like,
back.
yo, I don't need this and I'm not gonna waste no more time.
And my parents were they were pretty supportive, but they were quietly freaking out, which I never know until later on in life. But they were pretty concerned about me and like what direction I'd take. But I'd always loved the photography and video and just camera work and all of that. But I didn't think that it could have been my career. So and I really wanted to go to film school, but the film school was a lot of money, and I couldn't do that. And a friend of mine said to me, "Oh, why don't just learn online?" him said like everything is online, so I don't just learn it online. So basically, that's what I did. And also I went to intro course at CPTC, intro to video production course. Very introductory, but it helped. And then after that, I just taught myself. I kind of like enrolled myself in school at home, and I did a syllabus and everything, like a real school. And I taught myself, and I had pretty good kind of mentors who kind of guided me and critiqued my work and everything there. So, and I kind of got a bus when I don't know if you know Ashe, the performing arts group. So I was working on a project, a final year project with my cousin. Um, he went to Edna Manley, and I was helping him with his final year project. And the director of Ashe was passing by, just driving by. Name is Conroy Wilson. And Conroy saw me with a camera, pull over and ask me if this is like what I do. And I told him yes, but that wasn't really. When them say fake it till you make it? Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
man,
even know Conroy know this. Like,
me know them
so
vibes. Me know them vibes. When somebody asks you, like, yeah, man, this we do, man.
yeah.
Chilling.
You say, yeah, man, this is what I do. And he said, all right, cool. I have this project that I'd like you to try out on. And he and Michael Holgate, who they both kind of run Ashe. And yeah, they gave me a chance, and I worked on a documentary for them, not knowing anything about any of that. And I did it,
So
and it was
basically,
30 hours of
you
footage that I
yes,
had to cut down into 1 hour.
you say yes to this work when you know if you do so. Now you have actually something that you have to do in this era. So
Yeah,
it make you even more focused with even the learning way and even gonna do while
yeah. So
you basically
it
have this to
forces
do.
you. Yeah,
Yo, that
force you to
nice.
learn.
Yeah, man, that nice,
So
that nice. Is as
and
far as me see, that's a good way to get into anything where you want to do. Push yourself, jump
yeah,
off. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And basically, it just kind of shut off from there. They recommended me to different people, and it kind of just went like that. I've never like marketed myself, like actively marketed myself. So just kind of word of mouth and good
Nice.
clients.
Nice. And then basically, as I say, you went homeschooling. So you know the YouTubing and all of these things. And you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
YouTube and um, just many different websites and linking up with very skilled DPs abroad who are very willing to divulge information and help me out and all of that. So,
Oh,
and I
nice,
still
nice.
communicate with some of them today.
Yeah, man, nice. That's a good thing. It's always for me as a fellow creative, it's always good to when I listen to a creative genesis and them give me the insights. Say, yo, a lot of what them learn is out of perseveration. You know what I mean? And them wanting to
Mm-hmm.
be this creative. You know what I mean? It's not like it dropping at them on. Them never have a camera
Yeah,
when them there them yard and somebody say, yo, take some pictures and you know what I mean? Them say, yo, yeah,
yeah.
you are. Me I
And
go for this, you
actually,
know.
the camera, my first camera that Conroy saw me with, I was in a commercial. I was in a Red Stripe commercial. A Red Stripe they flew me to Miami, and we did
Nice.
that commercial. And the money from that I used to get my first camera.
So you
Um,
you were you were
so
like
I was
a
talent
talent.
in front of the camera.
Okay, okay.
But I remember when I went to the audition for that, and I saw the director and like the casting person, and in my head I was like, you know, one day I'm gonna be sitting there, like
Mm.
casting people, and which that happened because I do direct too. I DP mostly, but I direct sometimes.
Yeah.
Um,
Come on, no, I think I direct some Romeo and Virgo videos.
no, actually, that was more Nico, but we
Also
can't.
like a co-direct it kinda.
But I have a heavy hand in it because Nico knows exactly what he wants in his head, and I just kind of help bring it out a little more.
Okay. Nice, nice,
So
nice, nice.
so yeah, that's basically. And fast forward to today.
Yeah, like that's a whole heap of fast forwarding. That's all we can say because while ago me I got through your Vimeo and me I look on a whole heap of projects and me I say, yo, I never even know say you shoot them things, you know what I mean? Cause even Skanking
Yeah,
Sweet with Chronics, me never know say I you shoot it, you know what I mean? I'm
yeah,
like, yeah.
enough things out the road. I mean, my Vimeo has up some work, but there are a lot of stuff that is not up there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been a good run. I'd say the most important thing is to love what you do. So
Yes.
I wouldn't be sitting down enrolling myself in school at home doing all this if I never love what I do. And
Yeah.
my work is hard, and if I never love it, then I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah. Oftentimes people see the glamour and the glitter of, you know what I mean, being a creative. So them say creatives that
Yeah,
enjoy certain vibes, how we are go certain place, how we in a hotel, how we did this, how we did this, and I'm like, oh, this nice, yeah, I wanna do
yeah,
this. But when they really get the opportunity and them realize, say, oh, you know, say some long hours
rough.
thing, this dip on the road for 3-4 days. After I run from here, say I wake up before sunlight to make
It
sure so you can
rough.
get that shot there. Them not necessarily
Yeah,
understand say it's a rough thing.
it rough. I've
Serious a
had
road and
people want to come on set, and I have to be careful who I take on set and them thing because I've had people come on set and pop down before 12 o'clock, and
yeah. It's a
and
certain
them say them love it, but them can't last one day. So
yeah, them
yeah,
just can't manage, and it's a certain
yeah,
what I call it now, it's a certain energy and a certain vibes that you have to have, especially even when you have a certain type of creative work, you know, even the travel ones, that even wickeder because you
yeah,
have bunks around the world basically, you know what I mean? And you come off of the plane, you only have 24 hours in this place. You have to capture content, make content, out
yeah.
content. It's a serious road. So oh,
Mm-hmm.
when we go to man, as I say, I look on your Vimeo and I see a lot of work. So what is it like working with these how would I say these corporate clients? I know you work through lab most of the time, so it's not like you directly interface with the client, so to speak. You're working with
Yeah.
lab and lab kind of come and give you the frame of work what them I deal with and them say, alright then Darren, yo, are you a shoot this, and you look point and you give your insight. What is it like working on all of these NCB, these Grace commercial, and what is the energy and the vibe like on set? Because a lot of persons don't really, as I say, they don't get the opportunity to go up on set. So I want you to kind of give them a insight as to what set life is.
All right. So you mentioned lab. I'll just use lab as an example, but I've worked with quite a few agencies over the years, but lab within maybe the last 2 years, I've been working with them a lot. Um, as you mentioned, I am not in the conception of the idea stage. That's the agency. They'll do a script and their team will do all of that, and then they'll link a director, and they or the director will call me and say, "Oh, boom, I want to do this. Let's send the script to me." and the director and I and the producer will go over everything that's needed for the shoot. We do a tech scout, which is a location scout beforehand, and we go on each location and see what is required, lighting wise, sound wise, if sound is needed. Like, the sound person would be with us too. And we basically just go over everything beforehand, and they hire the crew and everything, and I recommend who I want on my crew and stuff like that. So fast forward to onset, I don't really deal with the clients, thankfully. that yeah, because that can be a challenge in and of itself. So I that's the agency and their people deal with that. Yes, I'll speak with the client a bit on set, but not much. I speak more with the director, art department, sometimes the actors. And depending on the relationship you have with a director, you'll be more free to do certain things, free to suggest certain things. Like I work with certain directors who lean heavily on your advice, and then you have some directors who just want what they want, and nothing is wrong with that. Just they're focused, they know what they want, and would have to waste time doing that kind of thing. We just get the job done. So yeah, set life rough.
Rough.
I thought everybody who are coming at this thing, I tell you from now, set life is rough. It's fun. It's a lot of hard work, long hours, and you really have to be a team player. If you can't work in a team, as Jamaicans say, dog name your supper. You have to be able to work in a team. Yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, from my knowledge of our set work, you talk about art department, lighting, you talk about lighting graph, you talk about assistant,
So
cameras, you talk about AP,
makeup.
DP, you talk about makeup, you talk about focus puller, you talk about, as I say, you do the camera department. Before we get this, let me call them out. What the camera department entails, the more you call out all the positions what the camera department basically deal with.
So what the crew that I usually have, I'm not going to go into necessarily what that maybe a big Hollywood film, because that's
yeah. No. That's not what you normally have.
I would have first AC, that's our first camera assistant, who usually is a focus puller. And then I'll have a second AC, and if I'm lucky, I'll get a camera PA also. Just kind of dependent on the scope of it. Sometimes I have 2 camera units, so we'll have A camera unit and B camera unit, which consists of basically the same thing. And instead of like a DP on the other camera unit, you would have a camera operator who would listen to whatever I tell him, to do.
Okay.
But I like using DPs as my second camera up, because sometimes you can't be there all the time to kind of baby this thing, and you have to lean on those guys / women, their expertise and their skill to get what you need done. So you tell them what you need to get done, and you just have to trust they'll get it done. That's why I like using DPs in that role also.
Yeah. While I go and say woman, me know say Gabs here talk about.
Well, I mean, I wasn't thinking of her, but I was thinking generally, women. I mean, hey, some of the best DPs out there are women.
Yeah, but this is because in a locally,
if we're talking
really
about
know
Jamaica,
about Gabs. Me don't know about
if we're talking about Jamaica, then
yeah,
definitely.
So,
but
as I say, you lean on the DPs them, and why you choose to get a DP as opposed to just a regular camera operator? What a reason why you choose that, as I say?
Because I think they usually kind of have a better eye for certain things. And because of that, I can trust that, I don't have to if I have to leave the scene, which sometimes I do have to, I can know that when I come back or when I get the footage in post that it will be exposed properly. It will be basically what we discussed beforehand. So a couple of people who have done that, who has done that for me, is Gary Daly. I'm
You
not
know
sure if
Garrett.
I'm not sure if I use Garrett Coburn. I know I've done that for Garrett Coburn already.
Yeah.
And so it's good to be able to just lean on their expertise to get you what you need, which is really what the director need, which is what the client
The
needs.
client needs, yeah.
So
So at the end of the day, you are always trying to have the best team possible to make sure so you can accomplish what the director needs, and
yeah,
then the director basically I try if you have the best team if you accomplish what the client basically needs,
yeah,
so to
because
speak.
at the end of the day, it's all about the client,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
So that's my camera team, and then I have my lighting department, who the head of that team under me is a gaffer, who is like the head electrician, and the head lighting person. And then under that, you'll have key grip. You'll have grips, like you have different kind of grips. So you have like a dolly grip. In Jamaica, we don't really specify that, but you know,
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah. We
other
understand that at the magnitude of the set,
yeah,
make you know really
other
necessarily have
we
the
just kind of have
levels in a
grips
Jamaica.
and key grip. In
Yeah,
Jamaica, we kind of just have key grip and grips. Grip electric, we have grip electric out here too. So that's some of the people who work alongside me. And I say alongside because, listen, without them people there, I couldn't create what I create.
yes.
You see me?
That's the
So
teamwork part.
it's all about my team. Like my gaffers are usually like Troy Forest or Earl Brown, and I use them in different ways for their different strengths and weaknesses. Well, not weaknesses, but different strengths. Um, and yeah, without those people, your team, you can't. Well, let me talk for myself. I couldn't do what I do. So
Yeah, but
yeah,
technically, a certain level of production, you really cannot do it without a team.
yeah,
It's just impossible. You cannot be a grip, you cannot be the DP, and you cannot be basically
yeah, no,
the director and all of these things by yourself. I
yeah,
understand small projects,
yeah,
ideation, you can do all of these things, but when it comes to
I,
certain level, impossible.
yeah. And when I just started out, that's what you were doing. You were doing all of them things there. You try to
Yeah,
do everything because you just like a one-man band thing. But as you hopefully progress in the industry, you realize that your team is very important.
very. And like many different sector, many different industry. If the
Mm-hmm.
team is not right, then sometimes the product itself, cannot it just can't work
Yeah.
because right now me I think about you as the DP, you are the person where basically I swing the camera and I run up and down. If you don't have a good focus puller for make sure so you shot them in
It's all.
focus, you're in a problem. Unless you gotta use
Yeah.
autofocus camera, you know that in a production, autofocus not really
You
autofocus
know,
you use.
no. And I mean, I pull focus also like for myself sometimes, but it's nice to have confidence in your focus puller, and you can now focus on other things, um, of the frame, what's inside the frame, seeing it in its whole totally, um, without focusing on that. Those
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
can
I
focus
understand clearly, and
confidently.
that is why like even the type of question and stuff like that. More if you get the persons who are watch this now or who are watching in the future for understand say as a DP, oh, as I say, really and truly is like a puzzle, and each parts of the puzzle is basically the different persons on set, and all them people they have to come together to make the puzzle. Because if it not work together, you're not gonna have a good product.
It's like a big choreographed set. Is like a big choreographed dance. Like everybody have to know them role, and everybody's role is important, in my opinion. Like even the quote unquote lowly PA that people like to rag on PAs and whatever, but I love a good PA. Like
but
a
remember,
good
say a lot
PA
of
make my
persons,
work easy.
start from PA. So you can't see PA as something where bad. Some persons start out as a PA and then them move up the rank. Them start touch camera now, then them start be AC, then them start with DP, and that's how it work.
But what I want to also get across though is that a PA can be a career also. Like if nothing is wrong with saying that I want to be a PA and be the best PA that I can be. Brian Stewart, is it Stewart? But she has a thing called Grunt Squad, where she and her team basically train PAs, because if we don't have good PAs on set, trust me, worries, right? And it starts from down there and it trickles up, and it affects everybody. So yeah, everybody is important.
Yeah, so even the craft service, you're you're on the center yesterday, so you want something to eat, and there's no
Very
craft service. You're
important.
like, yo, what is?
Very important. That craft service is the lifeblood of any set.
Yeah, man, it's one of them things. Like, and the reason why I want as I say, these line of questioning or these line of conversation is so persons who watch this who are watch this now, who are watching in the future, for understand the levels. Like a set thing is no joke thing, because all right, think about it. And I don't know if you ever been on a nightmare set where things just fall apart.
Yeah, man. All the time.
let's talk about what a nightmare set looks like, so a person can understand why all of these pieces are so important and all them working together so important. So let's talk about a nightmare set so persons can understand what a nightmare set really is.
Well, a nightmare set usually starts from lack of pre-production. So every set, every shoot is dependent on the preparation that happens beforehand. And that's something that everybody needs to understand, including your clients, because they will want to say, why we need to pay for this and pay for that? And then feels that you can just jump on a day and everything just works
Magician work
automatically. When we need to do a lot of prep. And if you do the good prep, then chances are you'll have a nightmare shoot. And then nightmare shoots usually are long. They go over time, like crazy over time, because of the lack of preparation. It can go over time for different reasons, but usually is lack of preparation. And then if you don't have good PAs, is again, because if you're dead for hungry or for thirst or for whatever, and the PAs aren't proactive, like you have some good PAs, really good PAs out there who think ahead and solve problems before them arise, and that's really helpful. A good AD, that's a first AD, that's first assistant director, is very important. Very important to a good set. Like the AD basically run the whole set. If people think director runs set, no, it's really the AD. And they make sure the set is on time. And sometimes ADs can butt heads with directors because the AD needs to get the job done on time and within a certain budget, which kind of falls with the producer too. And sometimes, directors and DPs want to be creative. We just want to create.
Yeah, the
Where
energy there.
AD is more like, listen, we need to get this shot by this time, or and so it can create a bit of a
Conflict, so
little
to speak.
tension sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully, you and your team have that rapport that you guys um, can not fight, but you guys can talk to each other plainly and not beat around the bush, you know. And we'll have some good ADs out here. There's some really good ADs out here.
As I say, I am not really from that industry. I've dabbled in it a little bit, but I'm not really
Yeah.
from that industry. So I don't know. I know the people them. I see them online and stuff like that, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
know who are the AD. I know that Focus Puller Jamaica. I know say him one of the top Focus Puller them in
Yeah,
Jamaica. I
Alex
know
Alex
Garrett
Delapena.
Bailey. I know say him when it comes to Steadicam, there is no other. I
Yeah,
know say you know what I
that's
mean.
like
You have Garrett
the
Coban, which is
go-to.
the next director. Me DP. I mean. I know you because I'm soon online. Like me and Garrick Corbin talk already. Me and Garrick Daly talk already. Me and you never
Mm.
really have a conversation like face to face because I'm gonna say
Yeah,
yo, sometimes I see I do the work and I'm like I admire a thing from afar, but we never really have a
respect.
conversation like you know what I mean, like a
Yeah,
conversation vibes. But I see all the people them, the J Wills, the this. I see all the people them because it's something that I'm interested in. I am
yeah,
interested in videography, photography, and you know what I mean tech on that level. So even
yeah,
back then when me see you with the what I call the backstrap thing with the thing overhead, me don't know like me
yeah.
don't know if you
The
see it, if
easier
you ever
thing.
see my
Yeah,
picture when me have the running pan it and the two string them above, say you know what I mean, and me
yeah.
basically buy that because I see you with it.
Oh,
You
okay.
know what I mean? So is them thing the way online you know the people in the industry because Jamaica is a fairly small place. So you
Yeah,
can see
definitely.
the different people them basically online. You know what I mean? There's
Mm-hmm.
not many companies who hire DPs and hire directors, you know what I mean? Is
Yeah,
music video
it's
or
pretty
commercial
small. Our
work.
industry is pretty small.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say about a DP though is he or she definitely needs to be able to communicate with the crew and the client, which is two different kind of things. Like if you think that you just shooting good will make you be successful in this thing, nah. You could have
Oh.
skill till you're full, but if you can't manage a team, if you can't be a head of a department
Mm.
and have people working under you who will listen to you, who will respect you on that level, and you have to liaison with client and director and art department and all these things, you can't do it. It's just yeah, it's just not you can shoot, but it's not only about shooting. People have to be able to work with you also.
Okay. So
Yeah,
it's all about even your attitude,
yeah,
your rapport, your type of vibes. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
That's a big one too, because we spend a lot of time together on set
Yeah.
and before set and all of this. So if people don't like working with you or just being around your personality and everything, then why it's sticky. It's a go
Mm.
rough.
Crazy. So now let's speak about like for instance working with a J Will who is a director and then working with
Mm-hmm.
for instance like a Twain Richards who is basically a colorist. So Jay will come to you and say, all right, then we're gonna shoot this XYZ, whatever, and you are shooting it for prepare it for a Twain now who basically gonna do the edits and the coloring and how do one basically with a call now mentally prepare themselves to shoot a music video versus a commercial or you see them as one in the same?
Well, I'll say it's kind of hard to. Music videos and commercial are similar in the sense that they're short form, and so in that respect they're the same, and the preparation is kind of similar. Different directors, as a DP, you have to be able to work with the different directors because every director different. Every director has a different personality. So J Will is totally different from, let's say, Storm, who I work with a lot also. Storm
Yeah,
Salt
I see that.
and Jay, polar opposites, but not in a no bad way. It's just one man different from the next person.
Yeah, his personality.
Um, yeah, Jay is more spontaneous and and high energy. And if you can't keep up with him, then boy, you have to be on him level of that too. So you have to be able to roll with the punches, and anything can happen, and you just have to roll with it. So that's interesting. And then say you mentioned Twain and getting the footage in post. Sometimes Twain will do what we call onset DIT,
Yeah. Data
data
management.
management. Yeah. So sometimes he'll be on set. I like when a DIT is on set, and I especially like when the DIT is the editor, because they get the footage like right away, and they can even like, let's say Twain will give me a preview of of our footage with a bit of color on it, what we call a first light. Um, a first light is just a first pass of color, nothing crazy. You just want to see how it could look. Because I shoot very flat. There's no color and thing on it, because we shoot that way to get the most info. So yes, I'll do that, and then Twain will get the footage on set, and I'll get a DIT report at the end of it from him to make sure like everything was copied properly, and all the specs and thing of the footage. And then he'll jump into editing. Sometimes he will grade it, color grade it. Sometimes I will color grade it, because I'm a DP and a colorist also. So some projects I'll color grade if I have the time.
Okay, like yeah, like is like when I listening, I imagine even all the setup, and even working with, as I say, our DIT basically specialist on set, and they are basically doing it. That I can see that being very, very helpful in terms of you, as I say, you shoot very flat because you want, you know what I mean, the most data, so to speak, going into the
Yeah,
camera. So the colorist or the editor can basically have the most data for work with
yeah.
for the final result. Now,
Hmm.
I know that you basically is a black magic man. Like as I say, we observe and see the thing. We know say he's a black magic man. So
No,
right now,
hold
as
on.
I say he's a
Hold
black
on.
magic man. Eh?
Let me set the record straight right now. I am camera agnostic, right?
No. I lie
No,
that.
no, no.
That no, hold on. No.
I
All right.
am
Your
I am
camera
camera,
agnostic. Hold on. Your camera agnostic, but you promote black magic hard.
but I own Blackmagic cameras, because right now, to me, those are the best cameras for what I do,
Yes.
right? So many good cameras out there, but for what I do and for the cost and what you get for the cost, I
Yeah.
think that is the best cost to performance ratio. The best camera
Okay.
to me is an Arri Alexa, but
Yes. But the
that's
cost,
way that are
yes.
way out.
Yeah.
Or the best
The
camera
cost.
for what I do is a Alexa, but yo, trust me, it just depends on the job, really. I shoot on anything. I can shoot on anything. I do shoot on anything. I've shot from Sony to Panasonic to Canon to whatever.
Red.
But I own Blackmagic cameras.
Yeah, as I say, yo, you're a black magic man. You know, say as I say, yo, you're trying to dodge the black magic question, but now that we understand, say you a black magic you use because, as I say, oh, you're talking about the cost, you're talking about where you get
Yeah,
for the cost and stuff like that. The other day
yeah.
when black magic dropped them, not
12K.
six, yeah, when they dropped them 12K, you're supposed to basically tear out your ear, like I say, yo, this is magic.
Funny enough, not really, I get why, I get their where them coming from, and trust me, that sensor is doing some groundbreaking things. If because people just hear this the 12K and go crazy and say, oh, either them don't need it or them saying is overkill or some people love it, whatever. But that sensor, apart from the 12K, forget the 12K. If you do the research and read a couple articles from knowledgeable people like John Brawley, who is one of the uh, uh, a big DP, that sensor is doing some things that no other sensor is doing right now.
Mm.
And it is very exciting to think about the possibilities of what it can do. So I don't need 12K, and enough people don't need 12K, but the other things that it's doing is pretty cool still.
Yeah, but
So yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see the boundaries being pushed, but at the same time, I'm in a place now that I am a little tired of all this gear.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, come out of the gear world.
so is a mix of two things. Is cool to see the technology being pushed, and you love that because you know we're all techies and them thing there. But at the same time, we get so caught up with all of this that we really forget say is art we're dealing with and is a story that we're trying to tell and is emotions that we're trying to get out of people. And the story is the most important thing, or it should be. So
Yeah.
if I only have a cell phone but I have a good story, then go out and shoot it. You know, don't bother
Yes.
think about all this gear that you don't have and you want. And I mean, I was all at them stage there, how I want this and I want that. And obviously, still at that stage, everybody does at a different level. And
Yes.
and I have to catch myself sometimes and say, yo, just go easy because it's not cheap.
Not cheap at
Our
all.
industry is not cheap. And I personally have spent a lot of money and I want to see that money come back to me. I want to see my gear make me money. I don't want to keep on
Yes.
dropping money into this never-ending pit.
Yeah.
So
And as I said, still, you get to a point where you realize that the gear run, which is this chasing after every new gear that comes out, it don't really make no sense unless you are a reviewer. And you
yeah,
are basically making enough money for basically get back this money. Because at the end of the day,
yeah,
if you spend certain money, you try to recoup it. And
yeah,
if you not recoup the money, then it makes no sense.
and let's just be honest. In this climate nowadays, clients don't want to spend money. It's just
Exactly.
that simple. You know, the budgets are shrinking or have shrunken. COVID make it worse.
Yeah.
And so to be dropping what equivalent of $1.4 million on a 12K camera that you don't really need. Yeah, that's not where it's at right now.
Yeah, and as I say, you know what I mean? Like, if you have a Sony and a data can do the job, a data you do the job with, you don't need
Yeah,
a red or you don't need a R or any one of these things if
and if you
the job can be done with it.
yeah, if you learn your gear, you know, I've seen and we have all seen amazing work being done on quote unquote lesser gear, and I've seen crappy work done on Aries, like so.
Yeah. But it's a thing where we always talk about. So it's never the gear. It's always the
Mm,
creative behind the gear. It's never the gear
yeah,
because, as I just mentioned, if you use a cell phone can create amazing stories. So it's really the
mm-hmm,
story at the end of the day. So
yeah,
if you know that it's never the gear, you as a creative basically need to push to try and tell better stories and then
yeah,
use the limited resources them where you have. And if you start making enough money where you feel like say yo you can buy these quote unquote expensive gears and then you can get back this money from this gear, then it makes sense
yeah,
because at the end of the
yeah,
day all man technically want to be comfortable in is a part of life. You
yeah,
strive to be comfortable, so if you being comfortable is having this 12K black magic camera, you are gonna strive to do this, always you don't need
yeah,
it, you're gonna say yo yeah
yeah.
you are want
I
it,
know, and sometimes it's just people trying to keep up with the Joneses, and at the
yes
end of the day, you broke yourself, and what you have to show for it. Oh, yeah, shiny new camera, but it's still down there collecting dust, or you have to lower your rate so much that it didn't make any sense to get it in the first place.
Yeah. A real talk, a real talk. Unless I just say, oh, yeah, do a whole heap of passion project where you just have focus
Yeah,
on your things. You know, say, yo,
yeah,
alright, we need this 12K because, oh, me look on the 12K camera, is that. Me look on the advancement in technology and, oh, we are shooting almost 16 by 9 and 9 by 6 at the same time. And I'm looking at it and I say, yo, for something like that, that'd be amazing for say, yo, you have the two basically letterbox them
yeah,
on it, or the two lines them where you know say shoot and the DP basically I look on it and then I look on it and I see say, yo, alright, then in these lines is the 16 the 9 by 16 and in these lines is the 16 by 9 and then I tell the story basically vertically and horizontally at the same time. And with a camera like that, you don't have to worry about you know what I mean, you lose nothing.
yeah, you
You know
can
what I mean? So
extract
I'm like,
those without losing the resolution. And really and truly, they made it so huge, as in the Ks, because they were thinking of 8K delivery.
okay.
So from the 12K down to the 8K, when you downscale it's much better 8K. So them thinking future and all these
So
things.
it's
So, and
very
that's fine.
similar to the 6K. Cause the 6K really didn't make for 4K. That's better
Yeah,
4K, so to speak.
yeah. So it's really for delivery and not necessarily acquisition. But yeah, I mean,
Is a good
tech is
lesson
always
still
removing.
for the youth them learn. Say, yo, this gear acquisition, this old enough gear because I can tell you me I want them personally, bruv. Like even right now, me sitting and me I look and me have A7R A7 III, me have A7 S2, me have a
Yeah,
A7 R2, me have about 6
gear line
GoPro,
up.
me have a bag of stuff. And then because me not do no whole heap of videography now, what
Yeah,
really happen to these stuff, them are just a take dust.
yeah,
You see me? So
it's
all
true.
of this,
And part of them thing that you learn with time, because no matter how much you want to talk to younger people, because I was there too at one point, and you feel say, listen, I just want that, and from I get
yes.
that, I will be, better, or I'll be whatever. But really and truly, no. The tool will help you. I'm not going to say the tool not going to help but it definitely is not the end all be all, and you can't hold up your art and your progress because of that.
And remember, we're in Jamaica too. We don't have the
Yeah,
access.
all
Can
that
you
too.
see? Remember, if we did like when I think about it, if we did the America, we can just rent it from Barrel Ends.
That's the
We don't even
thing.
have to own
That's
it.
the thing. That is the thing. So yeah, and I mean, I've gone away. To test certain things. Yo, trust me, this passion thing can really it can pull on your economic resources. But if you really love what you do, because I've gone away to test equipment that's not here, that I just wanted to experience. Because yeah, before I got my Ursa Mini Pro, I went up and I tested out the original Ursa Mini. At the time, that was the only one at the time, and I was considering that, and I went up to test it out for like a week,
Yeah.
and to get hands on it and make sure say this is really what I wanted. Um,
So you say
yeah,
you just fly out and say, oh, Barrel Ends, send me some stuff over here. So you just have it for a week
yeah,
and just play
yep,
around with it and look on the different parts them and rate it and they just say,
yeah.
you know, say I eat this. And
I've
something like
gone
this
away
may
to
get.
I've gone away to get my lenses, because I've seen my lenses. My lens is calibrated for my camera. So like, if I have a focus puller because if people know cinema lenses, you'll have some marks on it with
Yes, yeah.
speed. So basically, my focus pullers can depend on those marks to know say those marks are correct, because I fly out and I get it calibrated for that. But because we don't have anything like that out here,
Yeah.
you know.
And as I say, yo, bruv, like even in my local small industry and getting stuff, my issue is that I don't know, like them need for help out, and we know there's one and two things for the creative industry, but just to get to it, it's so difficult that nobody no want to do it, bruv. You know what I mean? And then custom just a beat with like, and I personally just think that if custom actually free up, it actually makes the country a better country in terms of more
Of
work would
course.
come in, more money would make for everybody. And then it's not that we don't want to pay custom, you know, but the system
It's
set
just
up that we have to
ridiculous.
jump over all
That's
heap
the
of
thing.
walls.
It's a ridiculous prices that they more charging. So
Yeah,
it's not like
man.
we are fight against paying something, but why am I going to pay almost double
Double.
for it is retarded.
Ridiculous. And I'm gonna say, oh brother, like it's a pleasure to have you on the show. You see, the 1 hour basically blew off, or we don't really even get to start talking. We don't really get to even dive deep in a what a DP is, and even the creativity that basically a DP has to, you know what I mean, have that creative eye, so to speak, you know what I mean, for get the necessary shots them that the director basically tell him, or even if my interface directly with the client.
Yeah.
So as far as I see, this is a part 2 type of thing, you know what I mean, because we have so much more that we can flush out, and we know say you're a busy man, you know what I mean, it was kind of like challenging.
It took a long time for get on this show. I mean, I
Yes.
like,
yeah, because I reach out. You're one of the early people that I'm reach out to when it comes to doing the show.
I've been very busy, and but I mean that's good. That's a good thing.
Yes. I'm say, yo, brother, like I really appreciate you giving us the time, you know what I mean, and just to share the knowledge with upcoming creatives, and even creatives who are there long time, you know what I mean, them can listen and say, oh, you know what I mean, maybe the ego thing on the set, or you feel like say you are the only person we're supposed to talk because you are the director, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And I realize on a set life work, it's a cohesive bond and a flowing thing, you know what I mean, where everybody have to work together to make it work. So
what I'd say before I leave is, the people we need for, like, people in my where my position and stuff, we really need to, and I'm speaking to all the experienced DPs and thing, to give back and be transparent and help out, like, younger people coming up. Anybody who asks me questions, I'm pretty open to, any kind of help or whatever that they want, if I have the time. And I think that's something that we definitely need to foster more of, because our industry, we have enough creative people out there and we have a lot of talent out there. So it'd be good to just like hone those people's skills a little more.
Definitely. And I see a lot of them basically, like, as I say, me always are watching, like, I'm always looking, and I see a lot of them basically are come up right now. You know what I mean? A lot of people are come out to Edna, so a lot of talented people, and Jamaicans overall are just talented people, you know what I mean?
Just generally.
We just need for us, as I say, manage the talent and get the talent for, you know what I mean? Give them the experience, because sometimes it's just the experience a man want, and then him can become one of the best, you know what I mean? And even represent Jamaica internationally sometimes. So I'm going to say it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, brother, for basically have you on the show. And
respect for reaching out to me. And, if you want me to come back, that can be arranged also.
Yeah, man, definitely. As I said, we're not really gone down in the depths of the creativeness where DP really have, you know what I mean, and the iron, you know what I mean, the intricacy of a DP. So I definitely I can reach out to you, you know what I mean, and we get a second vibes and get go to a second show. So, brother, respect, and make a run the outro, and then basically just get the vibes, just do the energy. So when you listen to outro, because the outro kind of is a thing where I normally try and match it with the personality, or try and get as close as possible.
Yeah, man. Brother. Bless.
Yes, you know what I mean, another amazing show, you know what I mean, just come off of the line with Darren Scott, Jam Breads on Instagram, and It was an amazing talk, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of get some insight and hope that a lot of the persons who are listening or the person who will listen in the future, like, just listen to what the man I say and kind of get an understanding of how a DP basically works and how a DP is supposed to basically think, so to speak. So it's a good energy, but you know what I mean, we always drop a quote at the end of the show, and you know what I mean, this quote, as far as me see it, is a good quote, you know what I mean? Believe in yourself. You are braver than you think, more talented than you know, and capable of more than you imagine. Roy T. Bennett. Imagine. Yo, you know man? This isn't a normal quote, you know. The man say, believe in yourself. You are braver than you think. So sometimes some obstacles come in front of you and yeah, one day if you can do it and rate it, and man I say, you're braver than that. You just need to basically try a fight, you know what I mean? More talented than you know. So some of the time we are doubt with self, you know what I mean? Like, oh, can I do this? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? We're not depend on that level there. What do you mean? You don't know your talent yet. You don't discover it yet. You don't know what you are, how talented you are yet. You don't discover it yet. You know what I mean? And capable of more than you imagine. So what I say is that even some of the stuff that we are imagining, and you know, imagination is a wild thing. You are even more capable than that. So I'm gonna say, yo, you have to just believe in yourself. And that is start with. Believe in yourself. Whatever you want. If you want to become the best DP in Jamaica, you want to become the best creative or worldwide, even some person where we idolize online, them people that started out at certain level, they never start out, you know what I mean? When you think about, for instance, like me think about, for instance, I want to be the biggest YouTuber like PewDiePie, or you want to be a tech reviewer like MKHB. MKHB never started out thinking say I'm gonna be the one of the number one tech reviewer. I'm just start out now, I'm look a house, a review, I'm look a computer. And as they said start, so you just need to basically start the way you do, work with what you have, as Darren Scott say. Sometimes we get caught up in all of them things, yeah, all of the different gadgets and them things, and I realize say we need to just start and do it. We just need to start do it. Just do it, like as the Nike say, you know what I mean? Just do it. Start now. Now wait until tomorrow. So that's the reason why I'm a jump on a quote, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna read it again. Believe in yourself. You are braver than you think, more talented than you know, and capable of more than you imagine. Fire quote by Roy T. Bennett. Fire quote. And that was another episode of Creative Always Be.